Okay, I'm Rochelle, and I consider myself heterosexual. And I was diagnosed in 89, 90. It wasn't anything there but AZT at that time.
Right.
And
The early days.
yeah, and when I was in rehab is when it was suggested that everybody get tested.
Okay. When you say rehab,
A drug rehab.
drug rehab, okay.
I had like 10 years of addiction, which was crack, you know. And I didn't get it the first time or the third time or the fifth time.
Yes.
I had to keep coming back.
Yes, I understand. Addiction is part of my story as well. I developed an addiction to crystal methamphetamines due to the partner that I actually contracted HIV from.
Oh, I understand. Yes. So when I got the results, there was a doctor there, and he, the one that drew your blood, and you come back, you had a number, and you come back, and he looked it up, and he said, there's no easy way to say it, you are positive. And I just was looking at him, I ain't hear nothing else. He said his mouth was moving, but I didn't hear anything. And the next thing I remember, I was walking down the hallway of the rehab, and the other clients were, you all right, Rochelle, what's wrong with you? Because usually I'm happy and smiling and, you know, speaking to everybody, looking to give them a hug. And I just was in a daze. It was another lady that was living there at the rehab. She took me under her wing. She technically she had AIDS.
Okay.
And she took me under her wing and took me to my first support group.
Okay.
And I had completed the program, and I had moved back home. And I guess about 6 to 9 months passed, and I got a certified letter.
Okay. Yes.
So the doctor that did my emergency surgery, he was positive, and it was some kind of mishap when he did my wrist. But I'm not for sure how I contracted the virus.
Okay.
I
Thank you for
contribute it to my addiction because majority of those things happened to me when I was in my addiction. You know, so I contributed.
Things like what?
Being mugged.
Wow.
I've been drugged and gang raped.
Oh my God.
I was left in a lot for dead. And I can't even tell you all that God was merciful. I didn't feel it after that first punch. You know how, you know how in the cartoons you see the birds and the stars. I heard birds and saw stars. I can laugh about it now.
Yes.
You know, but it took me a long time to get over it.
How were you, say, in that first 60 to 90 days upon receiving your diagnosis? What was your state of mind?
At that time, I just thought at any time I was just going to kill over and die. I was like asking the Lord, I said, I'm trying to get clean now, you know. And with my addiction, I did use after I got my diagnosis. You know, I ended up, you know, coming back around, and then I moved from Philadelphia here to Baltimore.
Okay.
My aunt and uncle had been trying to get me, but my grandmother raised me. I didn't want to leave her in the house by herself, but I also realized Grandma was too overprotected. I was 20-something years old, and she want me in before the street light come on. You know, when I go to bed, every living thing in the house supposed to go to bed.
That's right.
So,
creature was stirring.
Yes. So
how? Speaking of like your grandmother. How did your family members and close friends react to your diagnosis?
I was in such a shock. I didn't really have any friends that I told except for some of the ones in rehab. And it was a lot of us that were coming up positive,
Okay.
My family, those that weren't ignorant, accepted it, and one of the first things they did was touch me.
Wonderful.
And then give me that hug.
Yes, and we need that. We need that. My family was the same way.
But I got part of my family that never, and I also believe that added to my addiction. The reason why, always trying to be accepted, looking for acceptance.
As we do.
Yes. But I have friends here, since I've been an adult, that know my status.
Yes.
And when I met my husband, once I got him off drugs, he made a choice. I said, you got a choice. You want to be with me or you want to be on drugs?
Right.
So we worked on...
You were already positive when you met him.
Yeah. And my aunt said before...
How did you disclose to him?
I'm getting ready to tell you. My aunt said, you should, before any feelings get in it, you should tell him, And I did, and even though he was just coming off drugs, he understood. And he loved me anyway. That's why I say he's my prince.
Yes.
And only have that one.
Yes. What's not to love?
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're so positive, and I thought that you really exemplify exactly what this series is about. Because the title "Positive," it's a double entendre.
Yeah.
Yes, we are positive, but we're positive people.
Yeah.
We're moving forward. We're not allowing our particular circumstance to dictate.
Yeah, because since I've been here in Maryland, I done got locked up.
You too?
Yeah. And then look, being positive, locked up. Right. First month, I was in there with all them women. Then they moved me to medical. I was so happy. Yeah. I went down there. I had to speak to the
one night.
Oh, shit. 2 months. 2 months.
2 months. Now, when you were in jail for that, what was it like being positive and being incarcerated?
They don't give you your right medication. My cocktail is 1 pill.
Yes.
They give you all these pills to take, and that upsets your stomach.
Yes.
So you don't get the care you need. Yes. And believe it, in medical, they got mold and asbestos right near the showers.
Yes, and it's only 62 degrees. In the Towson department.
That's where I was. Look, after court, they asked me, do you want to be let go from here or from the prison? I said, somebody catch my family. I'm leaving from here. They let me out the back door. I was like, where the street? In the commercials, running. I was like, and you seen the one with the little boy just recently. He running to the base.
Yeah.
And his father go to hurry him along.
Come on.
He's so like, no.
But you're right. Because I remember when I was there, I was only locked up for 1 day, and that was as a punishment because I went to court.
Right.
And it was a traffic situation. And he said, you can either do a year probation and a $1,500 fine, or you can spend the night in jail. I said, I'll take the night in jail. And when I got there, I told them that I was positive, and I told them the medication I was on, and they were like, well, we don't carry that medication.
Yeah.
So since you're going to be here, have you taken your medication for your dad? I said, no. And she said, well, you're going to just have to wait. You have to wait till you get home. But that's really interesting, and that's important for people to know. About the prison system.
Yes, they don't give you your medication, what you're supposed to have.
Yes.
And then you in there, because I ended up having pneumonia a little bit down the line. I didn't put it together at that time because I was feeling bad. I had walking pneumonia.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Talk to me a little bit about some of your opportunistic infections. Have you had a few of them? Have you experienced?
I've had walking pneumonia a couple times. I thought it was just my asthma because it usually hit me when the seasons change. And I have had several abnormal pap smears. And with that, this is the second year, and it can become cancerous cells, can cause cancer. Last year I had the laser procedure, but I had another, and this is like 6 months later. I don't wait a year no more. So the lesions are back. So I have to get ready for a hysterectomy. So I was talking to a couple ladies in our support group. They also have had abnormal. So I believe that that's one of the things due to being positive.
So how do you feel now with this hysterectomy? You won't be able to have any children.
Oh, I couldn't have children no how. All this time, I went through the change due to my addiction. I stopped having the monthly, but it didn't dawn on me to check on it because I was in my addiction. That's one less thing I gotta buy.
Yes, that's very true.
True. I'm gonna use my money to get out with.
Yes. Would you mind sharing with us how old you are, Rochelle? I think a lot of people.
I'm 52.
Yes. And you've been living with HIV since
89, 90.
Look at God. Look at God.
Yeah.
So I think my final question to you for today is going to be, have you accepted the fact that you are HIV?
Oh, yeah. It just like taking medicine every day for the rest of my life. Hey, what you gonna do? You don't take it, you get sick. That is one or the other. You could deal with this or you
could deal with that.
You got, it's only, maybe, no, I don't even say maybe. I am undetectable, and to keep it that way, I know I have to take my medication.
How's your T-cell count?
As far as I know, it's fine. I can't remember numbers, and that's one of the other side effects. You get thought. You can't think of stuff. Other stuff be on your mind.
That's so true. Well, I want to thank you for allowing me into your home today and to share a bit of your story. This is only the beginning.
Okay.
I'll be knocking at your door again real soon. Don't you worry.
All right.
Well, thank you, darling. I love you.
You too. Love you too.